Greetings and namaste. This is Shiva, your friendly neighborhood wellness co-creator, coming at you with our mission, wellness for all. For you, for me, for everything and everyone we touch. So, I don't know if it's just me, but there's all this talk that's been going on for like decades now. I remember Mr. Covey's, Stephen Covey's 7 Habits of Highly Effective People. Bestseller, right? And we hear of all these lifestyles and miracle mornings and, thank you, 𝐸₂ and, all kinds of, what's one thing the world's most wealthiest people do or the CEOs do, and it's all about habit. It's about what gets them into the groove. That's great. I think Marcus Buckingham said, when you study success, you orient yourself towards success. When you study failure, you don't necessarily come to success quite as fast, right? So you can either focus on what's right, or you can focus on what's wrong and try to avoid what's wrong, or try to invest in what's right. But as I think about it, I'm like, there's a little more going on here. What's like the bigger piece? And the bigger piece for me is something that is available to all of creation. It's not even human centric. It's something that's available to all of creation. And for sure humans have a lot of it. But maybe if your life is anything like mine, not always been taking the best advantage of it, right? Kind of letting other things come in the way, whether it be distractions or just default patterns or tendencies in the short term that don't necessarily serve in the long term. So what is it that might be this one habit or this one quality that, if cultivated, would just magically enhance everything? Any guesses to what that is? I'm sure maybe some of you have already switched off the video saying, I know what he's going to talk about, or I figured that out. But for those that are still around, and challenge me on this, let me know what your thoughts are. So it's subtle, right? Let me throw out a hint. It's subtle. It's not gross. It's not something we do with our bodies necessarily. It might come down to one of those aspects, but that's not the core of it. The core of it is, if I again go back to yoga and Ayurveda, the cornerstones of wellness for me in this season of life, it's that higher level. What's beyond body? Okay, it's maybe the mind, right? All those thoughts, that brain activity. What's beyond the brain? Oh, maybe it's the heart, that higher self that we turn into and say, hey, help me out here. I can't figure this out. My brain's just wrapped around the axle, analysis paralysis, whatever, doesn't know what to do. And then the heart kind of comes in, gives that, insight, and off you go. Decisions made. What's beyond the heart, the emotions? What's that higher realm? It's intuition, the sort of the gut feel. It's that deeper recess of the heart even. And what's beyond that? Beyond that is consciousness. We start getting into the boundary of consciousness, beyond the material, beyond matter, beyond energy, beyond what is the intangible, into this infinite ocean of wisdom, of completeness, of eternity. That is consciousness. And that, my friends, is that one quality we want to tap into. So we'll continue this journey depending on how much you resonate with it, of if consciousness truly is our biggest ally in evolution, in growth, in abundance, what are some ways of tapping into it? What are some techniques that get us there quicker than others? And on that note, I bid adieu for now. Keep well, keep strong.